Runyon Canyon wasn't for sale, obviously. And I said, well, I have to have my own mountain. You know what I mean? Because, yeah.
So you end up coming here December 23rd, $100 in your pocket, correct?
Yeah, my dad's life savings. I can say I mastered poverty. Yeah. And most people who make money and then lose money and then they get depressed because they have never experienced to be happy without. I said to my mom, you think I could be the best doctor in the world? Mom comes up, you could do whatever you want.
Welcome back to Max Out, everybody. It's Ed Mylett. Unbelievable show today, I'm telling you. I've even had to chase this guy for about 2 months to get this thing set up. And I'm so grateful. If you were here for the off-camera conversation, you already would be sharing this with everybody. So I'm hoping the on-camera is even better than that. But this man to my left really needs no introduction. If you look at him, you know that this guy had a television show for almost more than a decade, played in 120 countries. Yeah. They call him the dog whisperer. But more than that, I see a man in front of me who's an immigrant, who's got an incredible story from his family. He started out as somebody who was a dog walker when he came to the country. Then was a dog groomer, a vet helper.
A kennel person,
then a trainer, now kind of a behaviorist in all different forms. And but I'm calling him my friend now. So Cesar Millan, thank you for being here.
Thank you, appreciate it. I like your energy.
Thank you, man. Yeah. I love yours too.
Thank you.
And I got to tell you, I've in prepping for this and diving into your work, I was telling you off camera, but it's helped me so much. I've just enjoyed learning from you, and so I'm really grateful that I get to share you with my audience today.
Yeah, I'm happy to be part of your pack and your journey and how you're going to connect to people and change the world. I think we have the same in common. You know, it's about, if you can, you know, is making this planet a better place. Yeah. For me, I have a tagline. It says, better humans, better planet. And the way I do it is helping people to connect to natural, simple, profound frame of mind. It's a lifestyle. Most people, they know how to connect to fame, money, and power. And so that's comfort. I mean, that gives you a lot of luxury and comfort, and you're able to afford medical health. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Coming from as an immigrant, I mean, we always think food, shelter, medical help. Yeah? So it's always something in the back of our mind that we have to make sure we have it before savings. You know, because that's how you're going to keep somebody alive.
So let's talk about you acquiring those things for a second. By the way, we're coming to you from the Dog Psychology Center.
Yeah.
And this place is bananas. It's unbelievable. We'll be feeding in, those of you that are watching this, you're going to see the B-roll of this place. It's just breathtaking when you come in here. It's just a special place.
It's literally a dream. It's literally a dream, because I started walking in a place called Runyon Canyon. So I started walking in South Central in Inglewood. So I was called the Mexican guy who can walk a pack of dogs, and I have 40 dogs walking off leash. I didn't know that it was illegal to walk dogs off leash in America.
40? Yeah,
40.
Wow.
Because I was making money with instead of charging $30, $40 per dog, I was making money with volume. So I was charging $10 per dog. So for me to make $400, I have to do 40 dogs. So that way people will hire me. Because I didn't have papers, I didn't speak English, you know what I mean? I didn't know the system. I have to gain the trust. So as a Mexican, we always give something so that people keep coming back, right? And that something was my service. I was an amazing service, super cheap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But thanks to that, I became known as the Mexican guy who walks a pack of dogs. Then I started walking in different places like Runyon Canyon, which is a beautiful, beautiful place. And then you start thinking, you know, one day I'm going to buy this place. You know, why not? I'm already in America, and you're seeing that your goals and your dreams are coming into reality. So you keep dreaming big and, you know, dreaming in a almost crazy. But Runyon Canyon wasn't for sale, obviously. And I said, well, I have to have my own mountain. You know what I mean? Because awesome. I can't keep getting tickets, because you know you get tickets if you walk with your dog off leash. I'm walking 40, and you know, and so then I said, well, one day I'm going to buy a mountain.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
You did.
Like, I did.
This place is, you guys, I'm telling you, I've been to a lot of places that you can see the vision, even how you've built this place, and then your future plans as well. I think you're interesting, man. Like, you fascinate me, because obviously the depth of what you teach and who you are, which we're going to get into in a minute, makes such an impact on people because you come from a perspective that I've never heard before, and I've told you that off camera. But the other part of your story is like, there's this amazing life story of who you are too, and I'd be cheating the eyes if we didn't go to both. So Can we go back just a little bit, just for a second? So you end up coming here, December 23rd, $100 in your pocket, correct?
Yeah, my dad's life savings.
Your dad's life savings?
My dad's life savings, yeah.
He gave you the $100?
He gave me $100. That's all he had. That's all he had. I mean, you can't save money when the system keeps you oppressed.
Talk about the pack, Cesar, a little bit. You talk about this all the time.
Right.
What's the pack? What is that?
Family. Okay. I just identify with the word pack because I love the way a pack of dogs work.
Gotcha.
You know, harmony, balance, you know, nobody is feeling less than the other. Everybody plays such a great role. And I always tell people about dogs are like immigrants. They can only take empty spaces. You know what I mean? So when I came to America, I took the back of the pack space because that's the only thing that's available for us immigrants. We can't take, the $13.25 an hour.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We can't take that. Yeah. And definitely we can't own companies, so we can't take the front of the pack. So in order for economy to function, all the positions have to be filled. So we play a very important role because we take the back of the pack payment.
Yes.
And a dog and a pack of dogs, as soon as somebody's missing in the pack, somebody takes in.
Got you.
The funny part is, in my profession, is most of my clients take the follower position and the dog takes the leader position. So if it's only 2 chairs and you take the chairs that says follower, the only one is empty is the leader position.
Got you.
So America is controlled by kids and dogs because the kids and the dogs are guiding or dictating what the activities should be. Right? So that's what Super Nanny, 9911, and Dog Whisperer existed as a TV show. That's the only reason. From a logical perspective, I'm glad. I feel blessed. It's a great opportunity that the world gave me. But the reason why I did it is because I saw that empty space.
Oh my gosh. You saw that. So did you come here knowing that? Was that your dream originally? No. No.
I thought I was going to come and learn from Americans. I grew up watching the Americans know everything. Americans were the superheroes of the world. You know what I mean? So the greatest marketing in the world, Americans have it. So who is the best in the world? Americans. Okay, so you got to go to America because Lassie Rin Tin Tin lives there.
Okay.
And so that means all dogs in America are like Lassie Rin Tin Tin. They can't have no less than that.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
so I'm thinking that everybody in America has a dog just like Lassie and Rin Tin Tin. So I'm glad that I was naive. Yeah. I'm glad that I was ignorant about it because when I came to America, I said, what is Lassie and Rin Tin Tin? Why these people are afraid of walking their dogs? Why they're afraid of opening the door? Why they're afraid of bringing a baby and a dog? Why they giving dogs Prozac? Why they euthanizing dogs? Why they isolating dogs? You know what I mean? Why the dog has to be medicated? I mean, he's like, you know what I mean? Wow, yeah. It's like, why the dogs wear muzzles? Why are the dogs? All these things that in a third world country, you're never going to see a dog on a leash.
You're never going to see a dog on a leash in a third world country. That's true. That's right.
Leash costs money. It's a third world country.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Yeah, so that money will go for food, not for a leash on a dog.
You also said, would you touch on this, that in a third world country, for the most part, dogs don't have behavioral issues.
No, they don't. They're hungry. If you're hungry, you're not gonna have drama in your life. You're not gonna have you're not gonna not enjoy the moment. You're gonna be your biggest motivation is to stay alive.
I think that there's a lesson there. I just want to jump in on this, and that is that's one of the things also why I think someone should always have something that they're pursuing in their life. That hunger inside a human also keeps you from sitting around worrying about all your problems all the time and how you're not fulfilled and you're not happy and all these other things that I think humans struggle with most of the time. Sometimes it's just created by the fact that there's no hunger in your life. You're not after something. You're not passionate about something. And the journey's unreal that you end up in this TV show for a decade, written all these books. But at some point, is it accurate? You were living homeless?
When I came to America, yeah.
You were literally homeless. You sleep under a bridge, literally?
2 months, yeah.
2 months under a bridge. That's extremely...
You don't feel like a homeless. You feel like when you go to Europe and you're like sleeping in the hospital.
You're backpacking.
You're backpacking. You know what I mean? It's perception.
The thing about you and this perception thing, though, that I perceive about you, like right when I got out of my car, immediately was your energy. And it seems to me that it paints your outlook on life. Like, talk a little bit about how, even with dogs or humans, how you were telling me earlier that, like, in Mexico, they don't name their dogs, but they have a connection with their dogs.
Yeah.
But often in the US, you don't see that. And that's from an energy or connection perspective, right? How does energy work exactly to you?
Look.
Here we go. Classroom time, everybody on YouTube. This is awesome.
Look. So animal is energy. All animals know how you feel, no matter what species they are. Okay?
Okay.
No matter.
Walk up to a cow, they know how you feel. They
Yeah.
sense your energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Squirrels, everything.
Okay.
The species is how you're gonna connect. So this is connection, and this is communication. This is nose, eyes, ears.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So because people want to communicate with a dog, you have to use nose, eyes, ears. Because people want to gain the trust, respect, and love of any animal. Your energy is more important than how you communicate.
Okay.
Because there is people who are mute. That means they can verbally say anything. There is humans who are blind. That means they can never see the body language.
Yeah.
There is humans who are deaf. That means they can never hear the sound. But handicapped people connect with dogs, right? My clients, even though they're not handicapped, they make a dog unstable. Handicapped people make dogs normal. Normal people make dogs handicapped. Wow. So handicap is what? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Anything can be handicapped.
Sure. Okay.
So why are you handicapped? Because your energy is not aligned.
Oh, brother, I like that.
You see it?
Yeah.
So that's how you end up becoming spiritually handicapped, emotionally handicapped, and mentally handicapped. Because your energy is not aligned. So you can't really have communication with you because you have negative energy inside of you, right? So if your energy is negative, it doesn't matter if you talk to you, why? It doesn't matter. But you have to understand, my energy is negative. How do I make it calm, confident, love, joy?
Confident, calm.
No, calm.
Calm, confident, love, joy.
Body, mind, heart, spirit.
Yes. Okay.
You see it?
So do you feel that humans are identical, correct? I mean, in humans, it seems to me, even like in sales courses or business courses often, I teach people this all the time, people are so caught up in the part that they're going to say or what people are going to hear and not enough about what people feel. Humans respond to how they feel as well, correct? On energy, yeah.
So your job, my job as a salesperson to an animal is to assess and evaluate.
Okay.
How do you feel right now? So past and future is irrelevant. How do you feel right now? So it's my job to assess and evaluate, right? So then who's best to tell me how that animal feels best? The instinctual side of me, not my brain, not my heart, not my spirit, my instinctual side. So you naturally, when you're little, you use your instinctual side to survive. Okay. Then you learn who to love, right? And then just your spirituality to believe. Yeah. So you're doing that. Okay, so but the first thing that moves is your instinct.
Absolutely.
So your instincts is immediately say calm, be confident, love, joy. Ta, 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 ta. See, it just automatically is a program inside of you to stabilize yourself. Wow. So you are actually a much effective human to earth and to a pack if you start calm, confident, love, joy.
Calm, confident, love, joy.
Calm body, confident mind, loving heart, joyful moment.
Stay on that for a second with me because I've learned so much from you about my incorrect approach when it comes to dogs.
Yeah.
I think I do a little better with humans,
yeah,
but I don't do so good with dogs. And
yeah, because humans are audio. Correct. And they see like they can benefit with you just by, hey, that guy's come here. So it has that intellectual winning.
And in my case, it was like when I met you, with humans over my life, for some different circumstances in my life, I have learned to connect with humans and sense energy and try to transmit energy just by being present, by being instinctual, by thinking less, exactly what you've said. But when it's come to dogs, I haven't done that. Comes to dogs, I do the thing most people do. Would you show them it seems to me that your first approach when you're with a dog is calm, which is the complete opposite of what 99% of humans do when they interact with a dog, correct?
Yeah. But horse people do it right, as I mentioned you earlier,
can you
right?
Explain that.
Horse people, when they teach a child to be around a horse, they put a lot of effort in making sure the kid is calm.
Yeah.
right? And they put a lot of effort in making sure the kid understand why that way with the horse, because we want the horse to trust us. So it motivates the kid to actually go deeper into his already knowledge and be calm. Kids are naturally calm. Kids are naturally loving, and kids are naturally excited. Just like kids are naturally inclined to follow, play, and explore, right? They want to do that with their mind. They want to follow somebody, play with somebody, explore. But they're naturally inclined to be calm, to be loving, and to be joyful. Yes. So you're not teaching anything. You're just saying that part of you, we're going to bring it out with horse.
Yeah.
You see it? And then with dogs, people tell the kid, be joyful and approach, regardless how the dog feels. And if he bites you, we're going to blame him. That just made a kid completely confused. Because the kid is given a gift, but then he receives the wrong reaction. Yeah. And then the humans, or the parents, or the grown-ups will immediately react in a panic way. And then the kids, okay, so I am bad. That dog is bad. And so dogs are bad. Yeah. So it creates like a really negative memory, you know?
Do dogs respond to that calm thing because they in a pack, you follow stability?
Well, animals, like, because people love elephants.
Okay.
You know, they always attach elephant with the most intelligent species in the world. But they're instinctual, okay? So in the elephant world, it's not the male who leads, it's a female. So what kind of female leads a pack of elephants? The one who is the highest at a calm state, confident state.
Okay.
The male becomes too out of control. You see what I'm saying? So we are the only species that follow unstable leaders. So even the elephant world, who have allowed a female to lead the pack for hundreds of years before we politically decide that a female human can be a pack leader.
Got you.
You get it?
Yes.
So we have learned to believe that it's a male figure, regardless if it's unstable, that we must follow him. Only humans do that.
Oh my gosh, that
only
is
human. You know what I mean? I'm not feminist. I'm not this. I'm not that.
Understand.
I'm just saying energy is something the animals have been showing humans that is the first thing to focus, not gender, not species.
Yeah.
You know, so have you seen relationships where a cat and a dog live and the cat takes the leader position? Yes. More and more on Instagram. And I love it because people get to see that a dog can have a relationship with a dog and the dog doesn't eat the dog. Why? Because the dog takes the leader position.
Got you.
So it's your responsibility to take the leader position as a parent. So calm, confident, love, joy.
Wow.
You see it?
Yeah.
So direction, protection, love is very important. But most parents do the same thing with dogs. Joy, love, no confidence.
That's a play it back piece right there, everybody, for being a leader and being a parent.
It's the same, by the way.
Yeah, it's exactly the same, brother. That's the brilliance.
It's a pack. You just said you just created a pack.
Yeah.
You know,
you told me that in the pack that there's multiple positions, but there's really like three main positions in a pack.
That's it.
And what are those three positions?
Back of the pack.
Okay, and these are, go ahead.
Back of the pack, middle of the pack, front of the pack.
And who are these personalities typically?
Well, it's sensitivity.
Okay.
It's based on sensitivity and strength, you know, and just a happy-go-lucky energy. So the three energies in the animal world: calm, confident; happy-go-lucky; calm, surrender.
Okay.
You see it?
Yes.
So the calm surrender is going to be the most sensitive because it's in a surrender state.
Okay.
The calm confident is direction and protection. So they're always alert, always alert. That's their job. Okay. In the middle, they're just making sure everybody, you don't get too sensitive, you don't get too strong.
Got you.
It's like you HR. Human resources. That's what we have, a human resources and a pack of people with leaders and followers. We need a middleman.
Wow.
You see it? So instinctually, we should pick people with good humor for HR. You should not pick people who are bitter. You should not, people who don't have sensitivity, and definitely if they don't have happy-go-lucky energy, they shouldn't be HR.
Couldn't be an HR because that's the middle of the pack position.
Yeah, that's the one that makes sure everybody gets along, the front and the back. This is your strongest energy. This is just a mediator.
I love it.
It's like you know, you get a mediator in the legal world, you know, and you can hire a mediator, but that is just providing an instinctual moment so energies can come in the middle.
Everyone's starting to figure out now why I told you I was so fascinated by his work, because as I'm hearing things, I'm obviously listening because as it applies to dogs and animals, but I'm really listening to how it applies as humans. And in my life, the leaders that I've been willing to follow the most have been calm and confident first.
Yeah.
You're exactly right about that.
Yeah.
And the people that have been the glue in my company have been people that have utilized humor.
Yeah.
And the people in the back of the pack have been the most sensitive people that kind of build the relationship in the company and are belongers and build the community. And these are all things you should be identified in people. He's the only person on earth who speaks it this way. Even when you drive up here, just talk about this. I drove up to the property, and right on the hill in big writing is trust, respect, love.
Yeah.
And is that how you would build a family? Is that how you build a company? Speak to why those three are so important to you.
Well, it's a relationship. You know, it's two relationships you have to build, self and outside yourself. So you have to trust yourself, respect yourself, love yourself. Otherwise, you can't really ask for somebody else to do it. You know, so if you don't master this, if you don't live by this high code. And I value animals very, very much,
yes.
you know, and they have allowed me to keep my standards at a high level, because how much I love what they have done for me. You know what I mean? Because I am here because of the animals. I just so trust, respect, and love is not so much for somebody else. Is that you actually trust yourself, respect yourself, love yourself. You know what I mean? And most people have learned not to love themselves, not to trust themselves, not to respect themselves. So unfortunately, that is going to hurt your spirit. That's going to hurt your heart, and definitely going to hurt your instinct, because if you don't trust yourself, you can only feel bad about it. You know what I mean? You're pretty much are stepping on yourself, and self-inflicting pain. So trust, respect, and love is definitely not something that you learn outside, but you master it inside.
How do you think someone acquires that? Speaking of people who lack it, was there a place to begin where you go, okay, I don't trust myself?
Well, motivation. Motivation. I think every change starts with what motivates you. You know, sometimes most people find motivation outside of them, and that's a perfect reason to start changing habits. You know what I mean? Or perceptions or formula. I love the word formula. I follow formula. And it's easy to remember, you know, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yeah. You really have to be dancing with life. And when you are with animals, you're dancing with energy. You know? Yeah. So you definitely, you follow a formula. That's what you can go with Dancing with the Stars. They teach you a formula.
So you say when you're animals, you're dancing with energy. I just love jumping in here. Isn't that what you're doing? Isn't that what you and I are doing right now? Isn't the best connections you're dancing with energy with a person as well?
You're connected.
Yeah, and you talk about the way you do that. You talk about the difference between being and thinking. This is like brilliance to me. What is the difference between those two things?
Well, that you feel what you're saying. Yeah, most people just say shit, and then you know they don't know they can hurt people. You know, understand? So that's really mean. Because if you can hurt your own family, and that's the one you don't want to hurt. You know what I mean? You don't mind to hurt people outside your personal space, but when you end up hurting the people inside your personal intimate space, that's the part where you don't realize that you're not aware of how you feel. You're aware of what you want, but you're not aware of how you feel, so you can get what you want. You know, so it's a big responsibility being a parent. It's a big responsibility wanting to bring somebody into your life and that person give you back happiness, because if you're not happy with yourself, and then you can't really generate, you know, the ideal lifestyle.
Why do you think people, speaking on that, because I speak to this a lot, why do you think people delay their happiness till they get somewhere or something? You know what I mean? You and I both have talked about this, but most humans are kind of waiting to be happy. Don't you think? Till I get this relationship, or till I get the mountain, or till I get the car, or I get the job, or I get they delay their happiness in their lives. Animals aren't that way, are they? They don't delay their happiness till they get something.
I think it's priorities. I think it has to do with your priorities of what do you prioritize? You prioritize natural, simple, profound, or you prioritize money, fame, and power. What are your priorities? right? And money, fame, and power only exist in the intellectual world. That means you're not going to take care of your body, of your heart, and your spirit. So if you don't take care of your heart, your body, and your spirit, how in the world you're going to ask somebody to do it? And if you do, you're not using honesty, you know, because you're being a hypocrite. You see it? So then the other person will clearly say or see that you're not practicing exercise. So why would you encourage me to do exercise? You're not being a positive person. Why would you encourage me to be positive? You're not being a loving person. Why would you encourage it? So you can't motivate somebody that you are not being.
Gosh, Cesar, it's so good.
You get it? So
Yes.
animals, for me, play a very important role because it keeps me grounded on the natural, simple, profound lifestyle. So I can be happy with or without money. I already mastered how not to have money. I was poor my whole entire childhood and adolescent stage. Of course, I mastered that. Do I feel bad about it? No, I feel great because I can say I mastered poverty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most people who make money and then lose money and then they get depressed because they have never experienced to be happy without money, fame, and power.
And you had that happen, right? You've told me that you had money, then you didn't have money again, then you had it again. And you if you don't mind saying, this is maybe somewhere that's interesting to go, but that you could help people.
Yeah.
Because I think people look at someone like you or like me and they think we have all these answers. But for me in my life, many of the answers I've found for me are out of necessity. Like I had to learn some of these skills so that I could be a happier person, so that I could be a higher functioning person. Like my self-confidence comes from the fact that I was so insecure as a little boy that I had to learn these tools just to be like a functioning person, right?
But you got to master uncertainty.
And you've had if you don't mind going there, because I just think you'd serve people so much because you're this world famous guy. You've had all these celebrities. We're walking through here earlier. You've worked with the NASA. You've worked with the astronauts. And I mean, you've had this incredible life. Leaders of the free world have called on you to help them with their pets. I mean, it's like, and really help them with themselves, frankly, but
they don't know it.
They don't know that, right?
People in power, you have to break it down. You can't pop the bubble real quick.
But I mean, your life story from this little boy who's working at 5 years old, who lives under a bridge, who gets his dad's $100 to come here, has his place in South Central, to just what it's turned into is just extraordinary. But you've also had dark times in your life. There was a point, at some point as an adult, where you weren't sure you want to even be here anymore. Is that
suicide,
not true?
Yeah, suicide thought. I think I experienced it once. I think that was a perfect situation. I'm glad that I didn't follow. I took everything I could, and I should be dead. But there's one of those moments where even if you get in the way of the bullet, if it's not your time, that's what's like. Oh, that sentence. I heard it many times. It is real.
Yeah.
So it gave me like that sense of like direction again of not being selfish. Wow. So I became too selfish. I started thinking about me only, and that I became a failure. So I got into this concept that I jumped the border. So there's so many things that I couldn't think at that time.
Yeah.
It's almost like winning gold medals, right? So everything that I accomplished is a lot of gold medals.
Yeah.
But then you start all that fixation, all that focus, all that passion, all that spirituality, you pour into the negativity. So I experienced what a lot of people experience.
Yeah.
I never had that. I never experienced a human who I didn't trust, or I never experienced a human who was very dishonest. So I did. And so it was very shocking to me. It was almost like I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked that it happened to me.
That happened to you.
Yeah, I was shocked. But now it's like, okay, it's human. Unfortunately, it's human nature. That has nothing to do with me. So it just made me a better father.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you're willing to share that, because I haven't gone quite to that extreme in my life, to that extent rather.
Yeah.
But I've had real dark times in my life.
Yeah.
I still have them. In fact, just driving up here today, I was
But if you ever do, just call me, because
will.
sometimes you just need somebody to redirect you.
Yeah.
Just for give you you can go back and think about it again.
Sure.
But if somebody can take you out just for 30 minutes, So good.
So good. And by the way, that's a lesson for everybody. Any of you who have ever contemplated suicide, you call somebody, you talk to somebody, let them take
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Talk about it with yourself. The thing I love about you,
noble.
the thing I love about you, I know we're going everywhere just because like you have this capacity to talk about so many different things all through the prism of animals and dogs. We have Rio even sitting here with us right now, and you rescued Rio from the fires, right? So
from the fires of Malibu.
And who's sitting in my lap this whole show?
That's Alfie. Alfie loves to be in every single interview. That's his job, right there.
Speaking of that, I've heard you say this, that with your dogs, and Alfie's so quiet too. Yeah. I've heard you say that your dogs kind of learned from you. And I was so glad to hear this. I have a Pomeranian, Lily. And at first she didn't like it, but there's always cameras in my house lately, right? And this little girl loves cameras now. Yeah. This is true with our dogs. Could you just let people in on this secret? Because I think it's a secret to most people.
Well, if you have like a pack of dogs, one of them is going to become the way you are at the kitchen, the way you are, with people. So they're gonna know this is my thing. You know what I mean? So it's very classic.
Is it true that Lily likes the camera? Is that true?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, the attention.
Yeah.
Because you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so she's actually attaching it to those lights and to all of that. Yeah. Okay, so my dad is gonna start feeling really good. I'm gonna go and do it. And, you know what I mean?
That's incredible.
Yeah. They watch and they imitate.
You talk a lot about surrender. What do you mean when you say that? Surrender.
Surrender is just accepting something that is good for you and good for everybody else.
It's a truth of yours. It's something that you believe.
Yeah,
deeply.
that you can logically prove it, emotionally agree with it, and spiritually commit to it. Your instincts, your heart, and your spirit, once they're in sync with each other, you're gonna surrender to anything, because now you're gonna use your superpowers. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna count trust, respect, love. You're gonna have the triangle inside of you pushing to create calm, confident, love, and joy. Now, what do you want to achieve? Wow. You're unstoppable. You have to generate, like even the NASA, they know that they have to generate a certain kind of fuel in order for them to have that. Well, how you human generate what you really want, the power of intention, and having like great group of people around you, is you have to understand that to do that and to accelerate the process, you have to come with the right energy. You understand? You have to come with that energy. It's not what you want. It's the energy that you have or to create what you want. I wanted to be the best doctor in the world. I was calm, confident, love, and joy when I said it. I remember it. And I always go back to Mazatlan and I stop on the place where I declare it.
You declared it in a specific place?
Yeah. I was going to a judo competition.
How old were you?
I was 13.
13. You said, I'm going to be the greatest dog trainer in the world.
No, that's not what I said. I said to my mom, Mom, you think I can be the best dog trainer in the world? Mom comes out, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, I love Mom.
Waka! You know what I mean? You need to believe in yourself, and you need somebody to believe in you. Yeah. That's yin yang. Pow! Yeah. And so you have to know when you declare something that you have to do it around people who don't have a block. Okay? Who their belief in you is 100%, love to you is 100%, and there is no negativity.
Gosh, that's so true.
Okay? So that's what miracles exist, because we all declaring the same thing. Miracles do exist, but you have to do it with a group of people that are at your level. Because you can pray for somebody, but somebody says, and negative energy is more powerful than people being positive. I mean, you know what I mean? We don't live in an amazing planet, even though the planet is incredible. But pollution only happens because we live a polluted lifestyle. Oh, wow. You understand? Yeah. Global warming is not what happens outside, it's how it happens inside of you. Because you live it, you can only create it.
Oh my gosh.
So global warming will not stop until your energy is in a better place, or your chakras, however you want to call it.
I want to tell you in the middle of this, like, I just want you to know how grateful I am that I'm sitting here with you. Because I'm getting so much. I told you in the very beginning, I told the audience, you say things that no one else says, and it hits me, it affects me. When you're speaking, I don't know if my audience has experienced this, but when you're speaking, I'm thinking of all kinds of different applications for what you're saying, and situations that I've watched happen in my own life. And you're.
But you know where that comes from, right?
Tell me.
That comes from your creativity. You're a very creative person. And when you hear things, you already put it into work. And so can we all do that? Yes, of course. How do you do that? Creativity. That's why painting, music, and ceramic is very important. You have to do some kind of a creative activity. Even if you suck at it, it doesn't matter. The fact that you allowing yourself to create in a creative way, it allows you to come up with so many different ways of helping yourself. So what makes me an amazing, dog whisperer is how creative I am. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm very, very, very creative. Like no one dog I have helped the same.
That's crazy to me. And I assume that creativity is expressed most when you are being and not thinking. Is that right? When you're just reacting to your instincts? Is that when you're the most creative?
Well,
you're thinking about that.
Yeah, because I do talk, when I drive, I don't waste time. Meaning I'm always creating the new show. I'm always creating the new way of making sure humans get educated, entertained, and enlightened, right? So I'm always formulating what is the natural, simple, profound way this year.
Natural, simple, profound.
Yes, you know what I mean? But this natural, simple, profound is always going to be like a good formula, right? And then as the creativity is how you, it's like fashion. It's the same freaking dress, but it's a different fabric.
Yes.
And so the creativity makes you look at it in a different way. But it's a dress, it's pants, it's shorts, it's shoes. It's just creatively speaking, they just added something new.
Is that your secret formula? Because there are people who have a dream right now, or there's been people with dreams that never achieved them, right? You achieved it, it's happened, and now there's a bigger one, and you're thinking of the next one and the next one. What do you think separated you, Cesar? Why did this happen? If someone's watching this, they go, I have a dream. My dad had a dream and it never happened.
Yeah.
My mom had a dream. What is different about someone like you that it happened?
Focus. That's it. The only way you can cross from one place to another place on a rope is because you focus. That's it. Those people are freaking good teachers, okay? If you want to achieve something so stupid and so crazy, just look at the people that cross from one tower to another tower on a rope. And the only reason why they can do it is because they focus.
I wish the people that are listening to this could have just seen you, because when I just asked you that, man, your face went focused, you dialed in, did you see that? These guys saw your energy even changed when you said that.
Yeah.
That is the separator, by the way, is someone's ability to get laser, healthily, obsessively focused on something. I believe is a separator. Healthily obsessed, because I know that's the answer. You're going to show us something here.
How do I align myself to make a decision?
Okay.
Is how does my body feel when you ask me a question? How does my mind see it in a natural, simple, profound, and how much I love that decision in a split second?
Wow.
So that's knowing yourself, because you react. If I bring something that smells really bad, you're gonna react really fast. You know what I mean? So you're gonna, in a split second, you're gonna make fight, flight, avoidance, or surrender decision. Okay. So I'm always listening to my instincts, analyzing your words, intellect, loving the moment, and believing in what I'm about to say. See, so my spirituality, this is always what helps me give you the answer.
Wow. And it just comes like this with you, almost instinctively, right away.
Yes, I learned to explain what I was feeling. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like people that sing, they just, Adele, with Houston, they're just born in that way.
Yes.
And so then they have to learn how to explain the feeling of it. So I learned to explain the feeling of it, but I never let go of the feeling. That's one thing I love about me, right? That I never let go of the feeling. So I'd rather know how I feel than know how much money I have.
Oh, amazingly true. I know that for a fact, for sure.
So that's how I'm going to guarantee myself that I will never choose suicide. I lost my feeling. I lost what I treasured the most. So I gave my influence to the outside world. And you own your world. Every step you do is yours. right? So you are your pack leader. You are your middle of the pack, and you are your back of the pack. You are one pack inside of you.
Oh boy.
You can understand? So you're using superpowers. Otherwise, just the mind. Yeah, the mind plays games, and your heart using it the wrong way can create the wrong emotion, and that's going to affect your spirit. So you're not going to be able to walk around with spirit.
Oh wow, brother.
You know what I mean? Because your spirit is broken.
I feel like that's an entire book right there, what you just said. I feel like that's like a 25 chapter book because I mean, it's so good, man. Like, so when you had your dream, because we only have too much more time, but like, I'm going to take full advantage of my time with you. Because I know what the audience is doing. I already know there's millions of people sharing this and pressing the share button and all that. But for me, I'm maxing this out for me. Like, I'm getting so much from this. But your dream of being the greatest dog trainer in the world.
Yeah.
I think what people need to know, though, I doubt you knew exactly what it would look like, though, like where it would be, who you'd meet, that there'd be books, that it was TV. I think for me in my dream, I had the feeling. I've always held on to the feeling. I think what a huge lesson when the dream isn't happening, can you hold on to the feeling of how it would make you feel to have it? But I think some people think they have to have every step figured out in advance or they won't take action. And I think that holds a lot of people back, but I doubt when you came over here on December 23rd with the $100, you had the dream and the feeling, but I doubt for sure you knew every single step you were going to take for the next 20 years of your life.
I'm the first dog whisperer on the planet.
So you create your own path.
Yeah. And the first dog behavior is internationally known in the world. I'm the first Mexican guy who chose to go into the dog world, and you know, and it's just I'm the first. So there was no roadmap for a guy like me. Yeah. So as a doctor, yes, there's a roadmap to be a doctor. There's a roadmap to be an engineer. There's a roadmap to be a scientist. There's a roadmap, and they can tell you the ups and downs and things. But in my it was no roadmap for me. You know, and so. But one thing that I can tell people, it doesn't matter what dream you have, is definitely make sure that you take care of yourself, exercise, you know, be around great people, eat as healthy as you can. It does affect how you deal with life, you know. Bad food is bad. It's just bad. Even your thought change, your sluggishness change. It's just your body is not going to like it. You're not supposed to give yourself, you know, bad food. You know what I mean? Tastes good, but it doesn't mean it's good for you. So everything affects and just have that understanding, you know, that anything that you're going to build, that if it doesn't exist, time is part of it. It's just part of the building time. In my culture, is believed that there's 4 kinds of humans. Okay, and as you even born to be a teacher, a builder, and an artist, or a leader. Okay, and so, but at the end of the day, you are all of them. Yeah, you are a teacher, you are an artist, you know, you also, you know, it has to do with earth. You know all of that, and you should lead your own life. But the way they separated it is to create different classes. Yeah. So that's just human stuff, where he comes and I'm going to control all these people, and I'm never going to let them become happy. Yeah. You understand? So it's like we should learn to achieve our full potential. That's what I love about America. America allows human being to achieve his full potential. You know, where you become your whole self.
Have you done that yet?
What?
Achieved your full potential?
I'm getting in it. You know what I mean? Because I definitely. You caught me out at my best time of my life, besides the childhood. That's without a doubt. That was really, really good. You know, because I had a grandfather, grandma, dad, and mom, and farm, and animals, and food, water, and shelter. So like, talk about primal. Yeah. Okay, so I got all the primal needs covered at a high level. Not only that, my grandma, my grandpa, my dad, my mom, my sister, loved me at a high level. Then we went to church and we learned to believe at a high level. You know what I mean? Like we're like super devoted, religious people, you know. So do I practice Catholicism? No, you know. But do I love the fact that I learned to believe? Absolutely, absolutely. So all of those things definitely affect of how you agree, commit, and follow through with whatever you want to achieve in life.
How beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're getting there, you said.
Yeah.
What's next for you? What are you focused on right now?
Right now, I'm super focused on making sure my kids, my pack, you know, now that they are in adolescent stages, they've never been there, you know, and they had never been so surrendered because they went through a fight, flight avoidance. I went through a divorce that triggered that, you know, and so finally it's like they flew away and then come back. They were always around, meaning mind, heart, and spirit, right? So they flew away, mind, heart, and spirit, even though the body is around.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So now it's like, damn, the spirit, the instincts are there. I bred them. I raised them, right? So this is my DNA. You can see the genes. You can see how they relate with animals, and now we're gonna do a show together.
You are?
Yeah, my 2 kids have a TV show, right? Okay. And they have done live shows with me, but now we're gonna do the 3 of us together. It's the pack, you know. For me, definitely.
Wonderful.
For me, changing the world or benefiting the world is part of my purpose in life.
I know.
You know, I was absolutely born to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to make sure that they get full advantage and make sure I inspire as many countries in the world. You know, and help. It's 3 kinds of humans in the world from a dog perspective: people who love dogs, people who are afraid of dogs, and people who don't like dogs. And people will practice the same thing with you. People will love you, be afraid of you, or don't like you. You will experience those 3 things.
I sure have.
Yeah, we all would. But in the dog world, there is people who are afraid of dogs. So I want to go to those countries and help them stabilize. Because you shouldn't live with fear, right? I don't want you to live with fear. So I'm going to help you understand how to work with energy. So you change your energy into calmness, your fear into calmness. People who don't like dogs, I want to change their hate to empathy and compassion. You don't have to have a dog. There is humans who never want to have a dog, and you know, because they're afraid of, they don't like them. But it doesn't say that you can't practice calm, confident, love, joy around them. Which that would allow dogs in the city to feel understood. Because when you're afraid of dogs, they don't know why you're afraid. They just know your negative is wrong. So they're gonna fight, flight, avoid you. When you don't like dogs, they also can practice fight, flight, avoid you. But when you learn to practice calm, confident, love, and joy, then they will surrender to your presence. So that to me is world transformation.
You think you're naturally the pack leader? Do you think that's your main calling?
Yes.
I just watch your physiology when you
Yes.
lean in. You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think everyone has a more natural one of those
Yes.
3?
Yes, yes. And when you hire people, you should hire people based on their energy.
Got you.
In Japan, they hire you based on their blood. You know what I mean? And they do blood tests, and if you're not the blood that they want for their team, you're not in.
But that's definitely different.
Well, there's a different way to know it.
You said something earlier about transformation. I wrote down that I wanted to tell you that I've observed you to be, in my lifetime, one of the truly transformational figures. Like, there's a whole consciousness and culture in the world today that's different because of your existence. Not big enough, it needs to be bigger, as you've said. But you literally, this little boy from Mexico who comes across the border ends up being that type of transformational figure, blows my doors off. I also think you have great business judgment, by the way, because we are partners. We should at least mention this.
That's right.
You've also helped.
The best thing I did for pigs.
The best thing you did for pigs. So you and I and Rob Deerdick and Dirks Bentley and a bunch of other people, we are all partners in the most amazing, I guess we're chip company right now, called Outstanding Foods and Pig Out Chips. Just tell them why you got involved, and let's at least let everybody know about Pig Out Chips.
I love mushrooms, you know. I love mushrooms, and I love the idea of, I love scented things, you know, and I love crunchy things. And when they asked me to try them, you know, when they asked me, "Do you want to try this mushroom that smells like bacon?" And I said, that's okay. I like the idea of vegetables, you know, and I really like it. Then the first thing I do is not to eat them, is to smell them. I always smelled everything. Okay, so I'm like a dog.
That's the nose first.
it tells you stuff.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And so I went and smelled it and I said, wow, I don't want bacon. I don't want bacon right now. You know? And they said, it's not bacon. Are you serious? Then I closed my eyes. And then I grabbed. And then is the whole explosion.
Exactly.
So as the explosion is the explosion part of it that was really attracting to me is the senses, how my senses were took into a playful state.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Great memories, and at the same time, it's just a great way to help people understand by creativity how to get the benefit of a vegetable that it smells like some kind of memory that you learn to do because this is the life we live in, and everybody loves crunch.
Yes, it's so true. It's funny. I mouth first just because that's me, and mine was I tasted them, and it wasn't even an investment opportunity. It was just like, I need to be involved in this. This is the best damn chip I've ever tasted in my life, and then. So you went nose first, I went mouth first. But we both ended up in the same place, which is super cool.
Yeah.
So all of you listen to this, go to pigoutchips.com. Go check it out.
Yeah,
Outstanding Foods.
You'll love it.
I'm so glad that we met today because I'm such a fan of your work. And now I'm a fan of you personally.
Thank you.
Like you're just such a good man. And it's so obvious why you've been successful to me and the difference you make because you make people feel something special.
Correct.
And I feel it when I'm here with you. And I'm so grateful for it.
You can always help Mother Nature, or you can always help God, right? So it's the same. Nature and God have the same principles. You know, it's the same. It's about healthy. It's about believing. It's about love. You know, that's why we love and peace, and that's why we always giving people blessings, because we know internally the health, positivity, and blessings is part of who you are.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's already inside of you. It's already inside. Somebody already put that inside of you.
The wisdom that you have is what strikes me, Cesar. Like immediately it screams to you just this depth of wisdom that this man has.
Natural, simple, profound.
Natural.
Wherever you focus, you're gonna find information, right? So if you want natural information, and then it will come in, because that's what you're attracting. So power of intention is what you have in your mind. So in my mind, I say, I just want natural, simple, profound things that I can talk to people.
Yeah, you do it so beautifully,
right?
Brother. So the last thing,
have a formula, do create a formula, do write things down, you know, and just when you do it in a time where you're absolutely calm. Don't do it when you're nervous, because it's not gonna happen, and you're gonna attract that crappy energy. Do it calm, do it at a time, you know, if you don't feel that way, have people that help you achieve that. You know, it's almost like create the vibe.
Yeah.
Like when you want to romanticize your girl, you have to create the vibe.
Yes.
You know, the environment has to create the whole calm, confident, love, joy moment for that person that you're trying to do. So this person is you. So how do you attract what you want? Well, environment means a lot because it affects you. Whoever is around, it affects you. The activities you did prior to that, it affects you. So exercise, discipline, affection before you actually sit down and say, I want to be the best doctor in the world.
Oh my gosh.
You see what I'm saying? You create the energy before you talk about a subject. If you really want this to you know, it's like a Wi-Fi, you know, it's like you have to tap into that wavelength.
Yes.
And so most people don't talk about the wavelength so people can achieve things. They talk about, if you come to my seminar, it's like, yeah, that's a technical aspect of it. That's more for your intellectual roadmap. But how you connect to God and universe and earth is calm, confident, love, and joy. That's it. That's your foundation. This is where you start, you know? And then that gives you all the happiness in the world.
Oh, brother, that's so beautiful. Our energy's so in sync because you answered my question without me being able to ask it. That's how I know we're in flow, is you answered my question. The really bad part of this interview is that it has to end.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm telling you.
But to be continued, I think we should do it again.
Cesar and I have talked. We're going to be you're going to see he and I do some collaborations together. You're going to get a chance to come see us together.
You know what you should do?
Tell me.
So you can challenge your energy?
Yes.
I can bring 3 different kinds of dogs, and your job is to gain the trust that day.
I would love to do
So
that.
I can bring an anxious dog, an insecure dog, an excited dog, and your job is to make them, all of them, become calm.
And that's a challenge of my energy. I watched Cesar do this off camera before we started, and it was extraordinary to see the difference. Mike, my cameraman, is nodding here, but to watch the different way that he approached this, what he would call the back of the pack dog
that I was working
with the calm part of it was extraordinary. I take you up on that challenge.
Calm and intention.
I'll do that with you.
Let's do it.
I have a lot to learn from you. Everybody, I want to first thank you today, brother, so much. I enjoyed it thoroughly today. And I want to remind everybody watching, this is the #1 show in the world for a reason on iTunes, and it's growing on YouTube. Share it with people. And also remember, the Max Out 2-minute drill on Instagram, everybody, every day on Instagram. When I make a post in my main feed, you get a chance to win something every day. You could win a coaching call with me, with one of my guests, ride on my jet. It's stuff like Max Out gear and clothes, autographed copy of my book, tickets to see me speak. You might even get to see Cesar and I together. All you have to do to win, you got 3 ways to win. Either make a comment in the first 2 minutes, so turn your notifications on. Make a comment in the first 2 minutes. We usually give you about 5 minutes. If you miss the first 2 minutes, just make a comment on every post every day. Just consistently make comments on my material, on my posts on Instagram. Or third, make a comment on someone else's comment and engage and collaborate with people. Just, I want everyone connecting in the community. So I want to pick winners. I pick them every single day. We announce them on Sundays. Turn your notifications on Instagram and get engaged in the Max Out universe. God bless you, and Max Out, everybody. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. If you'd like more, click the videos right here. They're exactly what you need to see next. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and become a part of the Max Out community. And tell me what you think about the videos in the comments below. I read all of them every week, and I select winners that get all kinds of prizes, gear, coaching calls with me. Make a comment.